So you're thinking about applying for an E-2 investor visa so you can come live and work in the United States. Now, as you likely already know at this point, one key part of the process is making what we call a substantial investment into your U.S. business. Now, although there is no exact dollar amount to qualify for an E-2, in most cases, we're talking about an investment of at least $100,000. But the question is, when exactly do you need to invest this money into your U.S. business? Today, we're going to break it down for you. We're going to cover what counts as an investment, when the money needs to be invested, and what exactly counts towards that investment amount. Okay, E-2s. Step one of the E-2 process is really all about documenting where your money came from. Now, as long as you've got the documentation to prove it and it's legal, the source of your funds can be pretty much anything. We often use maybe an inheritance or personal savings, maybe a gift from family or friends, the sale of real estate. Those will all be fine for E-2 purposes if you can document it. Now, after we've sourced your funds and shown where that money has come from, we then move on to what we call the substantial investment requirement for an E-2. Now, you do need to remember that the money has to be at risk, meaning that once it's in there, you can't just take it back if things go south for the business. Now, service-based businesses call us all the time and they say, I've got $100,000 I can move into the company bank account today. But then they follow up and ask how much of that money has to be spent before we can file their E-2 application. Now, unfortunately, the answer is all of it if you want it to be counted towards that investment amount. For example, if you moved $1 million into your business account, but then only went on to spend $60,000, then it's only that $60,000 amount that will be counted towards the investment for E-2 purposes. Now, this makes sense because if the money didn't need to be spent or committed, then once you got the visa, got into the United States, you could simply go to your bank and withdraw the money from your account, and the money would have never been at risk. Now, another thing to remember is $100,000 is only a guideline. And if it costs more than $100,000 to get that business operation, we're going to recommend you spend it and get that business operational before filing your E-2 application. So we'll need to see those bank statements and invoices showing that you spent the money before we can move forward. But once we've got all that squared away, we can put together your application and submit it to the U.S. Embassy or consulate in your home country. And then you're on your way to starting your E-2 visa journey. So thanks for watching today. Please do click on the link below to follow us for other helpful E-2 tips.